Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. This isn't the one I was choosing. It was this one. Here we go. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday. We're at Thursday already, December the 19th. And we're here to look at the new releases that have been released this week in the realm of fantasy and science fiction. Hey, Cajun, are you off today? Good for you. It is good to see you. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. And if you want, Cajun, you might want to give me some feedback here. I could end it at 8 o'clock and then jump into the Advent calendar reading. The chapters are getting longer. If that does not work out for you guys, let me know. That's okay too. I'm flexible. You are off. Fantastic. Enjoy the day. Right after our sprints, we will be reading chapter 19 in our Advent Calendar Cozy Mystery Bedtime Read Aloud book, Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge. Things are getting very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's jump in. So, fantasy and science fiction. I did go scouring in Amazon to fill out the roster here because the week before Christmas, the pickings are slim. A Breathless Sky by Veronica G. Henry, second in the Scorched Earth. This might be a duology. As climate disasters wreak havoc, a sister and brother take opposing sides on the fate of the human race. Sierra Carthen wants to save it. A tour guide for the Sequoia National Park, Sierra has an affinity for the millennia-old giants that extends to Riza, a subterranean world as ancient as Earth itself. Sierra is the reluctant heir apparent as its keeper. Her duty is to maintain a balance between nature and humans, but Sierra's greatest adversary has his duty as well. Romulo, Sierra's brother, wants humankind to get what it deserves, to protect the forests. He already instigated one battle that ended in chaos and death. To reverse the near extinction of the magnificent trees, Romulo's next move is to conspire with the sequoias themselves. If all goes according to plan, it will leave human beings absolutely breathless. The siblings are going to battle in the worlds above and below. Only one of them can emerge victorious. Oh, I have such deep sighs for books like that. Oop. North is the Night by Emily Rath. Oh, sure, throw it back on me. First, in the Tuonela duet. In the Finnish wilderness, more than wolves roam the dark forest. For Siri and Aina, summer's fading light is a harbinger of unwelcome change. Land-hungry Swedes venture north, threatening the peace. A zealous Christian priest denounces the old ways, and young women have begun to disappear. Siri vows to protect Aina from danger, but even Siri cannot stop a death goddess from dragging her friend to Tuonela, the mythical underworld. Determined to save Aina, Siri braves the dangerous journey north to seek the greatest shaman of legend, the only person to venture to the realm of death and return alive. In Tuonela, the cruel witch queen turns Aina's every waking moment into a living nightmare. But armed with compassion and cleverness, Aina learns the truth of her capture. The king of the underworld himself has plans for her. To return home, Aina must bargain her heart as Siri plots a daring rescue of the woman he loves the most. Just saying, you can kind of tell what generation wrote books. Spell of the Sinister, a fairy godmother novel. By Danielle Page. Two magical sisters, one more chance at revenge. Ever since Cinderella disappeared with Prince Mather, the queendoms have been in disarray. Now, with her magical power completely unchecked, Galatea intends to exact revenge on humans for being the Entente. Her plan: send Barry off to find a new prince and take over one queendom at a time. But Barry's mission is complicated when South joins her and sparks begin to fly. Meanwhile, Pharaoh is on her own journey to reunite with Cinderella and Prince Mather in the First Queendom. Amid brewing conflict, Pharaoh grapples with her feelings for Mather, her friendship with Cinderella, and her loyalty to the Entente's original purpose: to influence with helpful magic, never take total control. Once as close as sisters, Barry and Pharaoh now find themselves on opposing sides. Will malice win out, or will the next generation of Entente chart a new path to happily ever after for their magical coven of fairy godmothers? Whole bunch to unpack there. Just give me a quest, for God's sake. An epic quest of companions. That's all I ask. A Cruel Thirst by Angela Montoya. Carolina Fuentes wants to join her family in hunting the bloodthirsty vampiros that plague her pueblo. Her father, however, wishes to marry her off to a husband of his choosing, someone who will take her away from danger. Determined to prove she'd make a better slayer than wife, Carolina vows to take down a monster herself. But when she runs into un vampiro who is somehow extremely attractive and kind, her plan crumbles. Lalo Villalobos was content, leading a perfectly dull life until un vampiro turned him. Now forced to flee his city, he heads to the pueblo where he believes the first vampiro was made. Surely its residents must know how to reverse this dreadful curse. Instead of finding salvation, Lalo collides with a beautiful young woman who'd gladly drive a dagger through his heart. Fortunately, Lalo and Carolina share a common enemy. They can wipe out this evil together. If his fangs and her fists can stay focused, they might just triumph and discover what it feels like to take a bite out of love. I like the angle on that. You know me with vampires and stuff. Oh, and another vampire. Holy moly. Did you ever read any of the book? I had one checked out from the library, but I didn't get to it. So they are available in ebook on the library. I can't remember if they were in audiobook or not. But at that point, I was in my slump, so that wasn't helpful. Elizabeth Wheatley, I believe, is her name. Good question. Blood Mosaic by Elizabeth Hunter. First in The Firebird and the Wolf. A fire vampire. Well, isn't that interesting? Tatiana Verona has no idea that she just made a deal with a vampire. When the naive human bookkeeper offers to help locate embezzled funds for a wealthy CEO, she doesn't realize she's being set up as bait. Oleg Sokolov is a fire vampire, as ancient as he is vicious. It's bad enough that his daughter stole money from him, but now she sought refuge with one of his bitter rivals. He wants her back under his control. He doesn't mind using Tatiana to draw her out. But as Oleg spends more time with Tatiana, he begins to want her for more than just revenge. When Tatiana is attacked, Oleg is forced to reveal his true nature to save her. Can he convince her to stay in his bloody world when he's the reason she's in danger? Dusk's Portent, an Eileen Travers novel, book number 7 by T.A. White. Hi, Emily. Hello. 2 more days of work. And then you've got 2 weeks off, girl. Oh, good job. Cajun Book Goblin, I know you knew, but wanted to get it right just so I don't get it set wrong again. I just love the Book Goblin. Absolutely adore the Book Goblin. I wish she did more. Cajun said morning to Emily, and Emily says morning back. Sin City just got a whole lot bloodier. Faye trespassing in her woods is the least of Eileen's problems when her best friend comes under magical attack on the same night. Eileen soon finds herself neck deep in trouble as news reaches her that the local Fae burrow has fallen and the werewolf pack she counts as ally has been taken hostage. To save them, Eileen will be forced to travel across country to Las Vegas, the territory of a dangerous supernatural, and home to the secrets of one close to her. Soon she'll find her enemies have joined hands. Their goal, the death of Eileen and the entire vampire line she belongs to. With the pack's fate and her own in jeopardy, Eileen will need to seek out the darkness inside if she has any hope of surviving until dusk. This time, what happens in Vegas may actually kill her. But I'm assuming it would still stay in Vegas. Oh, I amuse myself. Defiance of the Fall, a lit RPG adventure. This is book number 15 by The First Defier and J.F. Brink. I'm assuming one is an author and one is like the idea person with that kind of name. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? You are great. Oh, good to hear. Morning, Elena. Thanks for asking. You bet. And Elena says hello to Cajun. Years of struggle have left Zisha weakened in their war against the Kantanu cult. Negotiating for peace is not an option when the system is in control. It can only be purchased through blood and steel. No one is spared from the winds of war. Zack and his elite armies have been forced to the front lines just as opportunity strikes. An ancient war fortress has risen from the dimensional depths. Built by the limitless empire, it holds power and secrets far beyond what's seen on the desolate frontiers. Seizing it could be the key to changing the winds of war. Zack finds himself in the heart of the struggle. No matter what, he won't let it fall into the Kantanu's hands. 582 pages. Declining Empire by John Walker, second in Owning a Spacebar series. A terrorist attack, a daring raid, ambitious individuals hungry for power, the crossroads are in trouble. Carson Flint and his team have settled into a quiet life in their establishment. Two newcomers arrive with lofty goals of changing the entire planet. When two members of the community go missing, it acts as a launching point for a chaotic event, leaving the remaining citizens to fight for their lives or lose everything. Meanwhile, Supreme Commander Garvin of the Lumari Collective launches an investigation into a horrendous explosion and an attempted assassination on their queen. The path forward seems straightforward enough until a magistrate suggests an archaic solution to the problem, one which carries the potential to reignite hostilities with the Commonwealth. And it's under 300 pages. What? End of row 2. Something in the Waters by Kim M. Watt, 9th in the Beaufort Scales Mysteries. It never rains, but it pours, and in Toot Hansel, that goes double. When Toot Hansel's water supply turns murky, it's easy to blame the notoriously soggy Yorkshire weather, but this winter the rain's endless, the water's undrinkable, and the village is slowly turning into a bog. The local water sprite, Nellie, could probably sort it all out if she hadn't mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a battalion of furious geese which are only adding to the problems. Now the only clean water in town is arriving in pricey bottles from Toot Hansel's new wellness guru, Lachlan Jameson. And the rising water isn't the only problem. People are vanishing, strange faces are appearing in the streams, and quicksand is starting to become a real concern. The dragons and the ladies of the Women's Institute know this is more than a bit of inclement weather, and they're not going to stand by and watch their village drown. But the deeper they wade into the mystery, the murkier things get, because something is lurking in the depths. And if the WI, the dragons, and the one reluctantly off-the-books detective inspector don't get to the bottom of it soon, the whole valley could be swept away. This winter, it will take teamwork, and the stubborn deviousness of ladies of a certain age to keep Toot Hansel from being washed off the map. Wow, there is so much in there. This is ninth in series, a Beaufort Scales mystery series by Kim M. Watt. You got fantasy, you've got cozy mysteries, you've got English snark. I don't know. Also reminded me of the meme that says, I was led to believe, growing up, I was led to believe that there'd be quicksand would be more of a problem than it really is. Which, if you grew up watching TV in the 70s, you understand. Quicksand showed up a lot. Spinward War by J.N. Chaney and Terry Maggart and D. Glenn Seguin, third in the Messenger Corps series. The Cold War smoldering between the realm and empire drags on. Both sides now turn to the distant spinward stars for a way to break the deadlock. Cryptic signals from deep space hint at powerful civilizations, potential allies to turn the tide in favor of one side or the other, propelling it to victory. But who or what are these mysterious powers? Lawson Sawyer and his most trusted companions lead a powerful task force to find out. With the Ravenoks nipping at their heels, they launch themselves into the spinward wilds. There, they come face to face with humanity's distant past and of hard truths about humankind's ancient benefactors, the enigmatic drinking game. Aliens, known as the Unseen. Meanwhile, Darius Span leads his own expedition on a voyage of spinward exploration. Following an intriguing trail of mystifying signals, Span discovers truths of his own and, through them, opportunity. The absolute power he craves will be his if he's prepared to pay the price. Soon the two expeditions converge. Conflict looms, imminent and inevitable. But as the opposing factions prepare for war, loyalties are put to the test. Treachery and betrayal follow. Battles rage amid the crumbling ruins of civilizations older than humankind itself. Sawyer and Span square off in their respective mechs, bound for a final cataclysmic showdown. The fates of countless millions, human and alien alike, hang in the balance. One will triumph and return to human space. The other will be lost, vanished into the spinward unknown. Well, it can't be a final, necessarily cataclysmic showdown because this is book 3 of 4. Something happens next. '70s and '80s led to be like, yeah, indeed, that's what I'm saying. We were prepared for more quicksand. Elena, next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, January 2nd and 3rd, I'm off from work. Oh, well, that sounds like a great break. I think that will be fun. All right. We got a couple minutes left. Let's see if we can throw in some cozy mysteries. If we can remember where we left off. We did those. I'm thinking it was that one. I kind of think it was the swimming pool looking one. Lunar Shadows by Adrian Trapp, 7th in the Osprey Cove Mysteries. Now, if I start to read this and it sounds familiar, well, we get a double dose of it. I don't think so. In Lunar Shadows, the serene beauty of Osprey Cove is cast in an otherworldly glow as the town prepares for a rare lunar eclipse. But beneath the festive atmosphere, Maddie Moore senses a growing tension in the magical ley lines that run through the town. The celestial event promises a surge in magical energy, but with it comes an unsettling sense that something darker is stirring just out of sight. As whispers of omens and mysterious strangers reach Maddie's ears, she must balance the allure of the eclipse's magic with the responsibility to protect her town, full of atmospheric suspense, enchanting revelations, and the kind of small-town charm that feels like home. Lunar Shadows invites readers to lose themselves in a tale of magic, mystery, and the excuse me, and the unbreakable ties that bind the past and present. This is by Adrian Trapp, if I didn't say that author. Piercing Shadows. I'm excited for You'll Be Sorry. I've read the series up to this one. It's pure fluff. Not for me. You know me. This is by Audrey Alden, part of the Rose Cruise Cruise Ship Mysteries, 2 books. Everything seems perfect as the cruise director of the Midnight Tide. Guests are in high spirits and the sea is calm. Suddenly, darkness engulfs the voyage. This plunges the ship into chaos. Now I'm drawn into a spine-chilling mystery. An infamous celebrity is discovered dead in their suite. I embark on a puzzling investigation, facing the perfect murder. Suspects are many and clues are scarce. With Rex and the crew, we edge closer to the culprit. Nothing is as it seems. While the real assassin lurks in the shadows, a shocking twist brings additional evidence. I must race against time to reveal the true menace. The ship nears port. A killer may escape. This may perhaps leave a mystery unsolved. Doesn't look like it's supposed to be a poem, but nothing rhymes. End of that row. All right, we'll do one more and we'll remember that we parked on the Barbie pink one. Medium Have I Never by Aaron Huss, 10th in the Lost Souls Lane Mysteries. My name is Zoe Lane and I see dead people. After my last encounter with the other side, I thought I'd earned a break. But life and death don't work that way. The very living Herbert Court has just barged into my life. Can you love somebody named Herbert? Claiming he is being haunted by a spirit and needs my help. The catch? Herbert's got his own paranormal gifts, but getting him to realize that is way harder than I thought. Turns out I'm not entirely good at this whole mentor thing. If I'd only known that Herbert would show up and destroy everything I've worked so hard to protect, I would have sent him packing at first sight. But I didn't. Now I'm stuck fixing a mess of my own making, finding a killer, solving a murder, and somehow keeping a very tall, very agitated, and very green medium from losing control before it all blows up in my face. Well, tomorrow we will continue with the cozy mysteries and any others that look interesting that don't necessarily fall in these categories. All right. Again, I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. And then after that, we will do the Advent Calendar Cozy Mystery Bedtime Read Aloud on the spin-off channel Tales for Bookeemonsters. And tomorrow, Freeform Friday. I will see you tomorrow, Elena. Have a good day. In the meantime, Cajun, enjoy your day off. And she says, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Elena. All right. Hope to see you tonight. Bring a friend. We'd love it. All right. You guys, you're in my heart. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless. See you tonight, Cajun.